Question 24. In this question, we are given a yes or no type of data sufficiency problem. So, if you don't know the strategy on how to solve yes or no type of data sufficiency problem, then please watch that video on strategies. Okay, so let us jump to the question directly. So, whenever we are given a yes or no type of data sufficiency problem, we have to ask ourselves these two questions: what is yes and what is no? And then we have to make a yes or no table, and the table I have already drawn. So after that we will proceed with the steps. Okay, so what the question is, first of all, question says that a certain list L contains a total of n numbers. So there is a list L containing n numbers in total. Then what do we have? Then we have that they are not necessarily distinct. Okay, so they can be distinct or cannot be distinct. So they are arranged in increasing order. If L1 is the list consisting of first n1 numbers, okay, L1 is the list consisting of first n1 numbers. L1 first n1 numbers. Okay, and similarly, L2 is the list containing the last n2 numbers in L. Okay, L2 is the list containing last n2 numbers of list L. Okay, so the question asked is 17 a mod for L or not? Okay, so yes will be 17 is mod of L. No will be 17 is not mod of L. So in yes or no type of question, we need to get a definite yes or a definite no for all the values in that fixed statement. If we get at least one and yes and at least one no, then that statement is not sufficient. Okay, so let us jump to the statement. But before that, what is mod? What is the value which gets repeated most in a list? Okay, the value that is having maximum repetition is a mode. Okay, so keep that in mind. And so statement 1 says that 17 is a mode for L1 and 17 is a mode for L2. Okay, 17 is mode for both L1 and L2. Okay, so let us take n as some number. Okay, let us take n as 6 numbers, and we will vary n1 and n2 and check whether we are getting this 17 as mod of L or not. Okay, so let us take n1 as 2 first of all, and n2 as 3. Then we can take n1 as 3 numbers, first 3 numbers, and n2 as last 2 numbers. Okay, or we can take n1 as 3, n2 as 3, first 3 and last 3 numbers, or we can take n1 as first 4 numbers and n2 as first 4 numbers, something like that. Or let us take last 5 numbers. Okay, n2 is from the last. Okay, n2 is the last numbers of the list L. Okay, last n2 numbers of list L. Okay, so if we do it like this, then L1 will become, L1 will have at least 117, or both of them have to be 17 because 17 is the mod, okay, of L1. L2 should have 117. L2 should also have 2 17s. Okay, then the other number can be greater than it, or whatever the number can be. It can be 17 also, or it can be greater than that also. So here in this case, the validity is true that 17 is mod for L1 and L2 both. Okay, so now is 17 the mod of L if the list consists of this many numbers? First 2, one middle number is only left, but it will again be 17 because it is increased in ascending order. So 17 is mod of L. We got a yes over here. Let us check if we can get a no over here. Okay, so first 3 numbers. Okay, so let us take first number as any number which is less than 17, then 17. 2 numbers have to be 17 for L1. Okay, because 17 is the mod of L1. Then one middle number which we don't know, and last 2 numbers have to be 17 because 17 is the mod of L2 too also. 17 is mod of L. So if we go on and check like this, for all these values, we will get a validity check and 17 will be a mod of L. We can try another number also. Means instead of n, we can take n is equals to 9, a bigger number, and then we can vary n1 and n2 and check. But what is the basic thing behind it? That if 17 is mode of both L1 and L2, means in L1 there will be no number which will get more repeated more than 17. There will be no number which appears more than 17 in L1. Similarly, there will be no number greater than 17 in L2 which will get repeated more than 17. So if in L1 and L2 we are not getting any number which is appearing more than 17, then 17 will be the mod of L1 and L2 combined, and whatever the middle terms are left, they all will be 17, because L1 is smaller, means L1 consists of smaller numbers and L2 consists of larger numbers. So the middle values will be 17 definitely, if we are neglecting them also, if we are not considering them in N1 and N2. So which means that 17 will always be the mod of L. So we will always get a yes over here. So this statement is sufficient. So whenever statement 1 is sufficient, we will have to write this first and foremost. Okay, AD by BCE. This is very much needed. Whenever statement 1 is sufficient, we cross BCE. Now let us jump to statement 2. So statement 2 says that n1 plus n2 is equals to n, which means that we are distributing n into two parts. Okay, n1 and n2. We cannot take n1 and n2 like this, like we did in this case. 2 plus 3 is not 6. Okay, we cannot do that. We will have to break them in two equal parts, or not equal but two parts. Okay, they can be equal or they cannot be equal, but there should be means each and everything should be covered in L1 and L2 overall. Okay, so if I consider this case, then I can have the numbers like, let us take n1 as 2 again and n2 as 3, so n is 5. So in this case, L1 can have numbers like 1, 5, okay, and L2 can have numbers like 6, 9, 12. So is this valid? Yes, this is valid. So there is no occurrence of 17 over here. So 17 is not the mod of it. 17 is not mod of L. Means all the numbers means they have not given any condition for 17 or any condition that L1 will contain 17 or not. So, but it is also possible that 17 will be contained. So the number is like 6, then 12, then 17, and 19. In this case, 17 is coming twice. Okay, which is in L2 only. 17 is the mod of L. In short, here there is no information given that whether the list L1 will contain 17 or not, or whether L2 will contain 17 or not. They have just given information that n is distributed into two parts. That's it. They have not given any information on which numbers will be included in L1 and L2. Okay, we get a yes over here. Whenever we get one yes and one no, that statement is not sufficient. And whenever statement 2 is not sufficient, we cross D. And our correct answer here is option A. I hope it is clear.